What is the food supply? Have there been any droughts? Are you moving to a floodplain? Here are 3 things that I think that you should think about before you move abroad to your new country. Hi, this is Quinn from A Curious Wonderful Nature, here today to talk about 3 things you should think about before you move abroad. This is not going to be the typical sort of list about the type of country you should go to or the type of luggage you should use. This topic is very much related to the things that I'm interested in: nature, the environment, ecology, and my concerns about climate change and its effects on the place that I live. So I wanted to share those considerations with anyone who is considering making a move abroad. I also want to say that it's something that you should be considering even if you're not going to move abroad. Here are 3 things you should think about before you move to your new country. The first thing you should think about is, where does the food supply actually come from in the country that you are deciding to move to? What do I mean by that? So a lot of people always think about the quality of the food. I am talking about where the food is actually grown and processed. Is it food that needs to be shipped from thousands of miles away? Is it food that is primarily being flown in from countries that are really far away? Are the basics grown in the country? Does your country have to import their basic food sources from a different country? Or is it grown inside of that country? Or is it coming from a country that's really close? It is something to think about, especially when thinking about what happened with food supply chains between the years of 2020 and 2022. It would actually behoove you to think about how the country that you're thinking of moving to handled any food supply chain interruptions during that time. The second thing to think of, related to food supply and farming, is drought. Is the country or the region that you are thinking about moving to, did it experience any droughts within the past 5 years? And also, is it set to experience any droughts in the next 5 to 10 years? Have there been any water restrictions in the regions that you're thinking about moving to? And what happened with those water restrictions? Were they between certain amounts of hours? Were people prevented from watering lawns or doing laundry during a certain period of time? What actually happened during those water restrictions? Also, were there any crop failures because of droughts within those past 5 years? What are the rain forecasts going to be like within the next 5 to 10 years where you're going? This will have an effect on your quality of life if you are in a place where there was a drought and those crops are going to fail, and that's going to lead to scarcity and high food prices. And related to water and related to rain is my third point, which is the place that you're thinking about relocating to, is it in a floodplain? Have there been any floods in the past 5 years where you want to move abroad to? And are there any floods that are forecasted in the next 5 to 10 years? Now, I know this is going to be a little hard to kind of gauge because climate change is moving apace. This point is in reverse of the second point that I talked about. One point is not enough water. This point is about too much water. So there you have it, 3 different points to think about. Where does the food supply come from? Have there been any droughts? And have there been any floods? What's been forecast? I don't say these things because I think of being alarmist, nor am I trying to dissuade anyone from their plans. I actually believe that you should have as much information as you can when you're making a major change in your life. And you don't want to go from the fire pan into the fire, as it were, with your move. I believe forewarned is forearmed. So plan accordingly. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment below and, do all the things. I don't do a lot of move abroad things. I don't do really any move abroad material. It's primarily ecological, environmental, and nature oriented. But if you're interested in the natural environment that is in the city that I've chosen to live in, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Be curious, stay wonderful, and bye for now.